This feels like autumn. This tongue feels like naan bread. This towel feels like a Labrador's ear. More than any of that though, that feels like a weird way to start a video. Hi, my name is Peter Alka-Seltzer. Cool. I'm not going to pretend that that's not an unusual name. The Alka-Seltzer part was my father's and the pickle was my mother's. She had it changed by Deepole. Yeah, she had it changed. She used to be called Trent, but she didn't feel like that was catchy enough. Anyway, besides all of that, what you're looking at is a man at work at 4:15. It's actually 4:10, but I got the time wrong. So far, my only achievement of the day is to eat a chippy dinner, mess around on my keyboard, talk to people, take a steering wheel on and off. Time I did something useful. As it goes, there is something very useful for me to go and do. Not necessarily useful for me, but for somebody else. It feels like I just don't come down here very often these days. Look, alternators on the floor. That's because I've not taken them off the floor. Look, bits on the bench. Ah, reading glasses. I was looking for those before. I'll forget to take those up afterwards. Subframes. I need one of those. Now, what I'm looking for is a window regulator for Mr. Mansley. And there we have one. Super. Well, after another few cups of tea and a bit more of a dabble on my keyboard and a couple of samosas, I decided I should do something useful now. That is this. This thing needs to go. But it is rather close to this 800 there. I had to kind of just push in the middle, and then this one here is quite close as well. So what I need to do is move that over there, this over there, so this can come out there. That old stay-out needs to be out of the yard. It's been taking up enough space for long enough. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to struggle just to get the bonnet open on this 800. It looks like I might. It looks like I need a spanner. Armed with a spanner in my hand, I shall remove this battery now. So, will it start? Will it move? No. No, it wants a much stronger battery. And now I'm back to this problem of trying to get the bonnet open again. There's clearly some technique involved in doing this. Right, that one looks a lot dirtier, but is probably stronger. Absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. I don't really know anything about this car, so I don't know if sometimes it just doesn't start at all. That's what the problem is, or whether it's something else. That battery can't be completely useless. It did show 12.5 volts. There's enough in the battery for one light to go on the dash. So I'm going to try the jump leads and a good battery. It's no good. I'm just going to have to ring the man and ask him why it doesn't start. Right, okay, thanks Craig. Key, position 2, then connect the battery. Hang on. Make sure that the door doesn't close itself just in case it locks. No, it's exactly the same. No, nothing at all. I'll show you what I've got. Ignition on. That's turning the starter. I'm going to try that second position key thing again. 1, 2. Having disconnected the battery for quite a while, maybe it'll work this time. It probably won't. I'm currently choking on samosa. Well, that leaves me in a rather awkward position again, because I can't move it. Probably, I probably could actually, move it around with the truck. Looks like I'm gonna have to do that. Shouldn't have to do though, should you really? It should just work. Well, gosh, we are full of negativity and problems today, because I've just realised something else. If I pull this out there, I'm going to struggle to get it back over those bricks. Then I'll have to apply some sort of pushing method with the truck, which obviously, if I get it wrong, could damage that bumper. So I can't really do that. Well, I've found the solution. There's a car cover inside the car, so I can put that between the bumper and the front bumper of the truck and give it a gentle nudge and push it back over there, or push it over there where it could do with being, rather than having this great big space at the back of here that I can't really do much with. There we go, put to bed for the moment. How long for? I'm not really sure. That's cool. This is curious, this little pocket thing there. It's almost like somewhere to put a document or a note, so you know exactly what car's under there. Imagine having so many cars all covered up like that you needed notes to tell you what was underneath them. That can't really be what that's for. Well, at last, as small an achievement it is, I have achieved something. I have achieved moving a car that doesn't start from one place to another. About 3 feet, which is really a bit more than I was expecting once it started giving me so much grief. Oh, my tripod's over there. I mustn't forget that. That's funny. Transit face looks kind of cute today. And I don't even mean that sarcastically. So, time to go. Join me on my way home where I shall have a further chat. Now, here is something quite amusing. The lady of that red Vauxhall Viva there, that looks like a Corsa, has come in and driven into a spot where there was a shopping trolley, and rather than taking the trolley with her, she just drove into the trolley. And it's only because I've just seen her carrying loads and loads of bags that I knew it was her. So she's left the trolley, gone in, got a basket, bought bags, and then gone back to a car that she's crashed into a trolley. So what of this lovely day then? Well, it's actually nice to be back in Benny Jazzmax, and I'll tell you why. Because now school is over for 6 weeks, I can drive the car on the places I want to drive it to, rather than the places I have to drive it. And that makes this a more pleasurable car to drive. Boaty's challenging me to a Bruce Forsyth competition. He hasn't got a chance. Seriously. He can't do a Bruce Forsyth impression. He can't even talk without laughing and giggling away all the time. How's he going to manage it? If he actually got good at it, he'd just giggle himself into a loss. The man in front in this Audi appears to be playing some sort of 80s rock, but like the kind of big hair screaming guitar solo rock. And there's just something about an Audi A3 and that kind of music that don't match. I'm suspicious now. Maybe it's not his car. If you used to steal an Audi A3, would you really be playing Poison through the stereo? What am I ready for?
Video.
Well, you're videoing me.
I am.
I'm camera shy.
Oh.
Not good. Taking off the steering wheel. A 75. A Rover 75, that is. I'm not sure it's rough enough, that actually. Unlike the job. Try a different file, it's not really quite...
He's firing to get the cruise control switch.
Every day I have questions flung my way, and often I don't know what the answer is, but sometimes I should do, and other times I really shouldn't. Today I'm going to try and get to the bottom of a question, a really deep and meaningful question. Will the rear electric window regulators in a Rover 45 fit in one that doesn't have them? In order to answer this rather marvellous question, I have to first find the rear electric window motors and all the gubbins that go with them that I did store, and then see whether they work in a door, and then I'll answer the question. Well, I think we might be in for one of our very short videos, because that's the wiring loom and that's the bit that goes through the door. And I know this is a fascinating question. Yeah, quick job. I've just washed Nigel. Of course I have. He's a clean little car that likes to remain clean. Even the engine looks quite clean these days. I've just had somebody asking if I could post a wiper linkage. There's £15. I said yeah. £10 postage. And he's replied with, so how much is that then? I'm so tempted to just write back and say, just give me a minute, I'll get the calculator out.